Cool. Still live on here? Yep. All right, great. So now I can share my screen. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm working on. This is the deck. Still putting some stuff together. This is from a previous client, and just wanted to nail down the deck a little bit better. So cleaning some stuff up, and adding some color to some of these things. Very similar to this. Going to add some detail in here to show the overlaps between these personas. But I think overall it's looking good. These are the personas here. Gave them names instead of titles. I just didn't like it. Put the title in the description. Got their needs, their behaviors. Started working on some additional stuff, which is essentially how does the business, or where is the alignment between the user and the business with this persona, and what the business offers. What does that look like? So I started one here based on what I already have. Right now I just have Charlie done, and kind of what he's thinking. But then I also came across this, which makes a lot more sense as far as value propositions. So I'm probably going to do something more like this, but I do like this exercise a lot. Just finding that overlap from the business and from the customer. So still working on that. Cleaning up the logo, putting it on a grid, which I should have already done. It's a low budget project, so I didn't really care about it. But now that I'm using it as a, see, I knew all these were off. As a case study for my branding services deck. Which is right here. Just coming together pretty well. This is the new direction for the branding that I have. This is placeholder. I'm still figuring out some type treatment. I'm thinking about keeping this. Yeah, I'm still working on it. But essentially, it's a different logo. Essentially, it's looking like this from a high level. This is the logo direction I ended up with. So yeah, I could kind of show you the process. I know I'm hopping around a bit. But I started doing stuff like this for DDDCo, just playing around, super early concepts, having some fun. Moved in a different direction, started finding this from drawing. These are all inspo from a logo book I have, and I was just kind of putting them in different boxes or categories of the style. This is just some cool treatment that I wanted to grab from the same book. Or not from the same book, from a typography magazine that I get subscriptions to, and just wanted to grab some inspo. But I think this is going to align better with my media and lifestyle company I'm working to build, which is called Human Centered. It's going to look much more a bit edgier. So I'm thinking about saving this font for that versus having it for the branding. Or for my agency, I I want to go with the typography. It's a little bit more like this, which is standard. That's literally the name. Came across it was free. I can't remember what the Type Foundry is, but absolutely beautiful. I use it for early concepting, especially for web design, just because how good that type is. And I want to find something similar, but I've used it in a previous project, so I'm looking for something that's like this, but a little bit different. Even though I do love this, I just don't want to, constantly be using the same typography. I want to make that a skill of mine to be able to break out whenever I can. Just knowing how to grab new type, leverage it, and really, have it be adaptable and really be able to fine tune my decisions around typography and the branding. I do like it. I did use PP Monument right here, extended for the type. This is still early though, so I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. I did use it for this, but I did, make some changes here. So it doesn't really matter that I use that font. So it doesn't have to be here because this is the mark, and the font and the mark should look alike regardless of what typography I used. I do think it looks good though, so big fan of it already. Um, but we're gonna see if I'm gonna keep it. Still working through it, but I also started putting stuff together like this. Um, some different just aspects for visualization. Still working through the stuff, obviously. So we have our puzzle pieces, which are fall in line with. We go over to my Notion doc. I have my brand identity here laid out. So some of the values and personality here, like some of them are things like, oh, I forget, flexible and adaptable, ambiguity, navigation, strategic growth. I really want to be known as somebody with strateger. Sorry, I'm sick. Someone who is focused around strategy in their approach and like how to get the most out of the work that you're putting in, and to get to that desired outcome. What does that look like from beginning to end? That's what I mean by strategy and actually driving a result. So getting the outcome and driving result, and putting a plan together. That's what I consider strategy about how to get there. So things like custom tailoring that involve strategy, like every, company has different needs, different goals, different customers. So having that ability to like custom tailor the approach, the strategy and the solution, to the use case, of that bit of that business or that client. So that's something I want to lean into. That's why we have puzzle pieces, and then we have a moving center, which is customer centered, human centered. Also, kind of moves in with tailored approach with like having a moving target essentially. Um, at least for me, it's going to be the same with businesses. Always evolving and pivoting and adjusting to customers' needs and desires. So kind of playing with around some concepts like that. Focused. So like what are the specific key areas? So I kind of grabbed this from this diagram, Venn diagram. And then we have customer growth and results driven. So insightful long term. Let's see, these are from here. We'll see. I'm still planning this stuff out. And then we have flexible, adaptable. So just having some kind of shape that's kind of awkward, because it's kind of how it is. The approach isn't. You can't have process isn't everything. It's much more about input and output. So what are you putting in and what are you getting out? The framework. So we're like an organic blob almost. We're in alignment with like having multiple inputs, multiple outcomes. So, and then same here. This is like bringing together business goals and then driving them forward to get those results. It's kind of the mentality behind the decision making around these visual elements that I have for this brand. Still working on the typography, like I said. Right now, this is Monument Extended, and then so we'll grab that name real quick, and we can compare. And then this is standard, which, like I said, I really like. I think this is it's going to be really hard to work with. I think this looks good on like advertisements and graphic design, but as far as like web, it might be a little too brutalist for what I'm going for. But I do like it a lot. I think it works really well. I think we could do some cool stuff where, this is Monument and it's all caps. That's something I've seen a lot, more in headlines than in kind of like, I guess, body type, things that are more than one sentence is what I mean. We got to get that, that kerning right, or that tracking. But I think it's looking pretty good. What I put together so far, this is some of the stuff that I've been messing around with, some of the content ideas, like what is discovery, ideate, iterate, and collaborate, try everything with everyone, design, storytelling, stamp and track your alignments. So when you make decisions, having that documented and having something to reference to, that way you can, and the reason why, that way you can always go back and say, this is what I'm thinking at the time. And then it could be nullified over time. So as long as you have that documented of the why, you can track it back to, oh, that why isn't the right why, and you can nullify it, and then you adjust. And then you have like retrospect and approve. I don't know if these are all part of design. This, I'm kind of figuring out where I want to put them. But like, yeah, just still working on kind of like my design approach, or layout to give the idea is to give customers insights on what the process looks like. What does it look like to engage with you? So kind of documenting that stuff here, super high level, getting it ready. But yeah, so it's coming along. Working on this right now so I can get it into the branding service deck, which looks like this right now. So we have like our tiers essentially, which don't have fixed rates or anything. These all are adjusted based on the needs. But this is like generally the packages. They're obviously flexible. It's just high level deliverables. And then we have a case study here for the natural gent that I'm building out. So you have, info, your mock-up, and then we have some insights on the logo design, the visual design, putting that together. We have brand identity, which is all of this stuff I'm putting together. Your brand persona, the brand mission, vision, values, persona. We did some competitor analysis to help us define our target audience, which then informed the customer profiles we should focus on. And then we have our differentiators and value props, which is all informed by all this work up here, value props, and your differentiators. So this is kind of where I'm thinking this could live, is all this information lives in here. And then I need to find out some kind of framework that I want to use to validate, to organize really. The validation will come through customer interaction, feedback, and just long-term plans. These will all be adjusted. But as far as a starter, just trying to find some framework that I can make this information digestible. So that's kind of what I want as far as just a way to organize the information that's digestible. So let's see what we can find. Differentiator framework. This is some of the stuff's new, and these are just ways for me to see, this is some of the stuff's going to be like business canvas business model canvas, and some other stuff. But yeah, these are good. Okay. This is good. I like this a lot. I like this too, about saying like, it's interesting. Yeah, I like a lot of this stuff. Kind of positioning. I like that. Yeah, see, brand promise, singularity concept. Makes sense. Read into some of the stuff, do your own research. This is just something I'm trying to leverage and package together so it shows this wasn't just jotted down like we did. We did synthesize information from research that informed our decisions around going in this direction. But I don't know everything about it. That's why I'm studying now. These are good. I really like these. Damn. Broke my collarbone a few weeks ago too. This is week 4 tomorrow. It'll be 4 weeks on the day. So that's fun. Just got back from Chicago, where I did an on-site, basically did on-site research, contextual inquiry. So I work for a food service company where I'm building a an accounting system in ERP. Well, right now we're focused on the accounting and finance part. But eventually, since it's an ERP, it'll start getting into other sectors of the business. and it'll start getting evolved into other use cases. But yeah, so that we went up to Chicago to go on site for our catering sector and kind of see the operations of how they make food, how do they manage their inventory, how do they manage their finances, and different aspects of that, and also their menus, and how they all kind of connect, and getting that, on boots on the ground insight of day to day. How do they operate? And so I was up there for about 4 days. I ended up getting sick, a little sick on Wednesday, so I stayed in and tried to heal up. And I woke up Thursday just absolutely destroyed. So I had to skip one of the site visits and fly back early. I was going to fly at 11:45 p.m. originally, and so I could go see the city and check it out. I didn't really get a big chance to check it out. I went to some good restaurants though, like Cindy, which is a rooftop. I went to I forget the name of the road, but it's a really nice bar. It's like Diornor, the Diorner or something like that. Got some deep dish and some Italian. Got a deep dish pizza at Gordiano's, and then had some Luke's. Had a Chicago dog from Luke's. Bought some shitty pizza the night before. It was awful. I will never do that again. But all in all, it was a great trip. Took some decent pictures. Didn't work much on this stuff, just because I was balancing the research visits mixed with day-to-day work, and yeah, fun stuff. Hopefully I get to go on another one of those if I am able to show how valuable it was to send me on one. So that's the idea. Is I'm gonna do a great job on the research report with the other designer that went with me, and we'll be asked to go again because we were former operators, which are chefs essentially. There's different operators for different products that we have, but the ones we're focused on are the unit managers or the chef managers, and making their life a little bit easier because they have to do so much. And I cooked for about 6 years. 4 of the years were under this company that I'm working for now as a cook, like 10 years ago. So it's pretty cool to be able to say I have that operator experience. Forgot how we got there. Kind of a tangent, but all good. Let's see. Man, and I'm pretty sure I got COVID. I did not get tested, but pretty sure I got COVID. But it is Labor Day weekend, so all good. Hopefully, I'll be 100% tomorrow. I have my I have a friend coming down to visit, so that would be best if I was healthy by then. And then I'll have a 4-day week, and then I'm on PTO the next week. So hopefully, I'll have all this done, and we may just end up doing this. What's this guy? Can't see it. It's customer, people, product in progress, financial, product differentiation, strategy. See, that's the type of stuff I like. I already went to this. I already opened this up. I just want to see that template that he had. It's really good info on here. I really like how he broke it all down. And this is something I need to study more about to get better. But I'm just here for that canvas that he didn't even show. Is this where the canvas was? Really like these illustrations. These look nice. Job well done there, mate. SWOT would definitely be helpful. This is something you should fill out with your client to help you understand. Again, this is just an exercise. It'll help you determine. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. What we're going to do. Screenshot's going to be high res. All right. So the relevant financial indicators, for instance, revenue, cost, profit. Don't know any of that. I don't think he does. Customer, we have that. We don't know market share adoption rate. So this is just too mature for where we're at right now. So I may just put these in boxes like this and just put, do something like this, but fix it to my use case because we only have like 3 pillars. So really it could be a triangle. That's really what it could be. We wanted to get down and dirty into it. We'd layer it as like cores. Could build a pyramid, but I don't think these are like layers like that. Like, I don't think it's layered like a pyramid would be. I think there's, I think we just have 3 pieces. And I think it's going to be a Venn diagram again, but I don't want to just keep doing Venn diagrams. You know what I mean? So really what I want to do here, this makes the most sense for value proposition. And really value proposition is an experience. I guess it would be. Yeah, it makes sense. But for differentiator, I don't want to do another Venn diagram. That's all. Like, yeah, I mean, really, it could be like we could do something like this. Right? And then each one of these, and then this is our differentiator. We only have 3, so that's why it has to be a triangle. See what I can do here. Yeah, it needs to be. It's going to look like this. So it needs to be. It needs to be as inverted triangle inside of itself. Yeah. Okay. And so really the center will just be a summary of all of these. That's what I'm thinking. And honestly, we could probably have these stacked down vertically. Have them to the left. Right? Have this over here. You just go in a little bit more detail, then we just steal these headers. Put them in each one. Header 5, header 6. Close them in. Wrong way. Drag them down. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. So really so the 3 parts would be like product. Yeah, it's same thing. Product, experience, and customer. It's like the 3 pillars that we're going to focus on. So we'll put this here. Why can't I rotate this? What happened? What, am I in dev mode? What is going on? Yeah, I was like, where's my whatever? It's fine. Oh, it wasn't the right angle. And so all three of these go in the center. Really, if we could summarize these into one word, to one keyword, which I probably could, keyword or phrase. So we grab all this. Let's grab this out here. We'll just go. Grab all this. Let's put it into ChatGPT and say, and we're going to say, synthesize these differentiators to one keyword or phrase. Authentic transformation. Let's try it again. I did it again. Let's see what the humanizer says, because this just seems too. Keep in our back pocket, but yeah. Let's go with like refined transformation. That's the word I want to use instead of authentic. Instead of authentic, let's go with transparent. There we go. I think it should be around transparency. Refined is a part of the identity, like the. My brain is not working today, but yeah, we're gonna keep that. I like that. What are these? H3s, H4s. Let's go to H5. It's fine. We'll put it on the grid. Let's get this down to. It's looking good. All right. I like that. Now what we can do is we can go 900, knock that down to about 40, stroke on it. Let's actually make this 500 like we did the other one. Let's go like 8, 700 to be. Look better. Well, because I want this to be lower. That's great. Okay. Stroke on that. 500. Go to like 8. There we go. Looks better, right? Looks fucking great. we can lower this opacity. Get that dark green. These will be H4, H5. All right. That looks great. Cool. Well, we're getting there. I still think it needs a little bit more UI help, but still like constantly using, these everywhere. I just feel like it's a cop out. So brand. So your brand promise. All right, well, I gotta hop off for a second. Right back. Okay, looks like I don't have to go. Good. All right. Sunny day here in NC. I feel like my beard's all pushed to the right. All good though. I really like this quality of this webcam. Cool. So we're stealing that. Value prop option will be here. We're going to do the same thing. And just go into. I'm no copywriter. If I had the budget for a copywriter, I'd hire one. I'm being an idiot. I know. I don't like the genuine sophistication. That's so fake. I want it to say something about. I guess we find sophistication, but sophistication is just not the right word. Find wellness. I like that. That worked a lot. That was great. Excuse me. So we'll do the same thing we did over there. Just stack these. these are kind of all three, but we might just do an intro to it, and then can actually have elevated products, which would go there, right? Then the experience, which is wellness. And then our brand promise is transparency. And it's honestly, it's quality and transparency. That's really what it is. We can doctor this up a bit. Discover a community that empowers customers through transparency and education, making quality informed choices accessible. That sounds fucking great. Yeah. So experience is wellness. Brand promise is quality and transparency. Boom. It's looking good, folks. Happy with it. I can get rid of this guy. It's looking good. Go over here to logos. Use green. It's coming together. This minor usage here. Then we have typography, and then we have usage. So some examples of how to use typography. And just obviously this is dummy text, but it's coming together. I got to write all this content out. I should do it today, but I'm probably going to be a lazy bum about it. Let's see. This is fun though. This is good to keep in my back pocket. This too. See, these are all just things I can collect to. I don't think we need this info. I don't like being too specific about that stuff. I think this narrows the scope a little too much. I think age group is good, income level, so you can price, gender and status. Actually, that definitely matters. Like, who are they married, regardless of sexual orientation? Are they what do they identify as, and what is their status? I think that can tell a lot about a person. So, and their decisions and why they're wise behind their do's. But yeah, this is coming along. Really just need to finish this. Like once I'm done with this, I can put it in here, and then I can work on the timeline and have some other examples of work I've done. This is visual identity, some deliverables. Then we have a goodbye, and this is just some info about the timeline. So that's one thing I want to do too, is like make this look really good. Start peppering in some branding here. So starting to like it a lot. It doesn't need to be crazy. It's my first, it's my first, been doing this a lot. Not a lot, but I just started messing around with it, making it look like this. And then we can do like black, and then we just lower the opacity, think filled in looks really good. You can do it like that. Yeah, that's the logo. Which I gave like 3 examples of it, so negative space, filled, outlined, which are just combinations of the same logo. But I'm really liking how it looks, and I drew this by hand at first, which I never do, and it just made me realize how important it is to do. I'm not good at illustrating. I can show you what my illustrations look like. I didn't even know I wasn't sharing my screen, but these are the illustrations. They look awful. These are pages on the top left here. On this part, the top right. These were your top right. Yeah, it'd be your right too. But these are all pages from the logo book, and I was just trying to memorize which ones I liked. So I grabbed pictures of them and then dragged them in and started working off them. But yeah, as you can tell, these are not good. These are awful. I need to practice a lot more in my drawing. But I think this stuff's looking really sharp. It's a good start. But yeah, so like even here, we could, to really just mess around, but we could do something like that and increase that tracking. And I really like how that looks. Yeah, just figure out like typography rules. See, it's right there. So just figuring out those typography rules. The kerning on this H3 is tight because it's extended, and so you can bring them in a bit more without them overlapping. So it could even be useful to go down one more percentage. As long as there's no overlapping, you're good. Once they start to overlap, it's not good. It's getting pretty close. Don't like this V in this eye, but I think we can do 5%. Just makes it a little bit more legible, but at the same time, might not be the right decision. So yeah, like the small headers are lowercase. This isn't even a header. That one hasn't even been updated. Still using enter, but yeah, bouncing around a little too much because I am sick and I don't want to work on this. Tired of doing this. Tired of it. But it's really good for me to do. I think I'm going to make that H5 bold. Just doesn't have enough contrast between the body type. Size is pretty much the damn same, it looks like. Oh, I'm still not sharing my screen, am I? Can't whistle. See, it's medium, but yeah, I just don't like it, Abe. Don't like it. Oh, shit. Go, boom. 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 Alrighty. So, looking pretty good here, folks. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. You start writing up the usage guidelines and stuff. I don't want to. lazy about that stuff. It usually comes and goes, like the inspiration for it. But fuck inspiration, right? Well, not but fuck it, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Yeah, this was the old ones. You'll have to excuse me. I'm almost done with this. Almost done. Sure. These are all the same size. Yep. Cool. Overline. Perfect. Cool. Some cleanup. All right. It's looking good. See, we're not going. Well-being is going to be transparency, quality, authentic, and well-being. Really should be refined, but I think authentic works. I don't know. It should be refined. We need to work on the refinement a little bit. Because he wants it to be, he wants it to be a little, refined, like a gentleman. I don't like this sophisticated eco chat. I want it to be refined. That sounds much better. Okay. Let's put this into one word. I'll get integrity. Let's try it again. Conscious sophistication. It's better. Let's try it again. Okay, let's go to humanizer and see what it does. If it does anything. Ah, shit. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. There might be a better way to phrase it. I'm still working on it, but it's no big deal. It's the first time I've done something this extensive for an identity. So I usually put them in decks that look like this. But this is, we're trying to up our game here, get some more clients, and improve our deliverables so they just look better. Obviously, some of the stuff's messed up too, but all good. We have our deck right here. So this is the refined deck. And it looks great. Looks very, very good. Looks expensive. These pictures need to be updated. We can put less faces in this stuff. That's what I care about. I don't like faces in that stuff. This looks much better. Looks like you like want kind of like a cowboy, like washing themselves, like a refined man bathing. Sounds pretty wild. I think they're gonna spell bathing right. That's right. Yeah, let's say like cowboy bathing. It's funny, but this is funny. Uh-oh, what's that? Let's go with like men with beards too. That's one thing. Like they also sell so like it's like stuff like this is definitely something that we want. Let's do beard grooming. This is nice. This was another one I just saw. This one. It's a good one. Let's go. It's a good one. Freaking going here. Skincare. Yeah, I wish we could do a photo shoot, but it's all good. See, I don't like when they're smiling. I like when they're candid. It's a little bit better, but it still looks off. It's good. It's all about face care, though. Nothing about like skincare as a whole. Anyway, I got some ideas. It's looking good, though. I don't know if we're going to use all these. We may just use 3. I like all of them, though. Do something like that. Excuse me. Do a stroke on the inside. Pump it up. Do that. Huh. There we go. Okay, that's why. Go like 4. Do that. Do that in every single one. Looks all right. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. See, I got rid of the age too. Before it had like an age, but now I have like millennial, and then I want to show kind of like the different generations. We'll have a photo. We'll do like a Gen Zer with a millennial, and then we'll have somebody's a bit more. What's after a baby boomer? Is a millennial after a baby boomer? So you have Gen X. Okay. Gen X. Then you have millennial. You have Gen Z. So how old is Gen Z? I might be wrong. You might want to do. Yeah. Okay. Gen Z, millennials, and then Gen X. Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm barely a millennial. It's crazy. I'm not a young millennial. I'm almost a Gen Zer. Closer to it, you. Really, 29. I'll be 30 in no time. Need an image here. Big old image right here. Excuse me. Sorry. I know it's disgusting. Bring this stuff down. Okay, that's better. It's not really enthusiastic explorer. It's really the first timer. You go gender. Let's say he's not binary. Then say income. So like 25K. Some of them are making more, and I think if they're making more, they're not going to be using our product. I think we're going to get. I think we can have a 25 to like 60K range. I think that's fair. We'll grab this, swap out here. Also new gender. It's going to be a woman. Now we're going to bump this up to, let's say, 50K to like 100, like 95K. This is going to be male. And he probably makes, it's going to be older, so he probably makes it there for 80, 30K. Let's just say. Could make more, obviously. I need to do more research about it. Kind of just throw numbers out there. It's all looking good, though. Just tightening up some UI stuff, cleaning things up. It's 4 o'clock. Need to get this done. I wish I could get this done today. Could do more. Need to like think about my timeline. I did so much yesterday. Got so much done. Now the real web design over here, which I need to update with. I need to get all my logo, identity, and channel stuff done. Is this it? No, this isn't it. Yeah, this is old. So then, what the hell is mine? There it is. Is it here? No, it's not. What the hell? Don't tell me I deleted it. I did a dope ass web design somewhere. There it is. Yeah, these are just outlines, but we have our homepage, a work page, or about our services. Blog titles, blog, we have our shop. This is a project template. Have a blog at the bottom, contact. And then we're going to have project templates for UX UI, branding, graphic design, and then anything else like web design, I guess, would be the other one. And start building out templates for those. We'll have like a master template. But yeah. So just some high level wireframing here. Super simple. Still needs some work. But it's coming together, especially with that visual design stuff that I have done. It'll move this along very quickly. But yeah, let's look at some typography. There's some fonts in this book I have here. Let's see. In the beginning, I'm pretty sure that I liked. Yeah. Go. It's CoType Foundry. Let's go check these out. Pretty sure I have it, yeah, saved somewhere. So the Aonic one looks good. Yeah, Aonic looks great. We have alt form. Let's see if I can get some of these as samples. Trial fonts. Let's see if I can get all of these. Can I not get all of them? If I can get all of them, then I can just take it. Let's see if that worked. Should be looking at my emails, should you be?